Welcome and thank you for joining us on another Kwang's tutoring video. We'll continue with SAT practice test number 4. Today we'll be looking at problems number 5 through 9. So let's get started. Question 5. Hannah deposited a fixed amount into her bank account each month. The function f of t equals 100 plus 25t gives the amount in dollars in Hannah's bank account after t monthly deposits. What is the best interpretation of 25 in this context? So first, let's look at the function, and when we look at the function, we notice a couple things. When we plug in 0 for t, we have f of t is equal to 100. When we plug in 1 for t, we get f of t equals 100 plus 25 times 1, which is 125. When we plug in 2 for t, we get f of t equals 100 plus 25 times 2, which would be f of t is equal to 150. And as I increase the value of t, I notice that the function increases by $25, or by 25. So in this context, that 25 seems to be the amount the account grows every month. And that's the kind of answer we're looking for. So we look at answer A. With each monthly deposit, the amount in Hannah's bank account increased by $25. That sounds like the right answer, but let's make sure that there's not a better answer. We look at answer B. Before Hannah made any monthly deposits, the amount in her bank account was $25. That's wrong. Answer C. After one monthly deposit, the amount in Hannah's bank account was $25. That was wrong also. And Hannah made a total of 25 monthly deposits. That's wrong. So our answer is A. Okay. Answer B can't be it because we said that when t was 0, the function value was 100. C can't be it because we said when t was 1, the value of the function was 125. And D is explaining the meaning of the letter T, but that is not what we're looking for here. So the correct answer is A. Moving on, let's look at question number 6. Question 6 says a customer spent $27 to purchase oranges at $3 per pound. How many pounds of oranges did the customer purchase? So if we want the total price of oranges, we're going to take the price of oranges, multiply it by the number of pounds, and that's going to equal total price. So our price here is $3. Number of pounds we don't know, so that's our variable x. And the total price we spent was $27. So now we have an equation. And our goal here is to try and get the variable all by itself. So we want to get x by itself. In order to do that, we got to get rid of that 3. So we're going to divide both sides by 3. And we get x equals 9. So the customer was able to purchase 9 pounds of oranges at $3 a pound for a total of $27. Question 7. Nasir bought 9 storage bins that were each the same price. He used a coupon for $63 off the entire purchase. The cost for the entire purchase after using the coupon was $27. What was the original price in dollars for one storage bin? Okay, so we want to know what the price of one storage bin is, which we'll represent with the letter B. And in our situation here, it says he bought 9 of these. So we're going to take B times 9. And that was the total price he spent on the bins before using the coupon. It says he used a coupon for $63, which means we subtract $63 off of that price. And that there should equal the total amount of money he spent, which was $27. And so now we have an equation again. We want to solve for B. So our goal is to get B all by itself. And to do that, we're going to add 63 to both sides. If we do that, we get 9B is equal to 90. And then we're going to divide both sides by 9. So B is equal to 10. Right? So each bin costs $10. Okay. Question number 8. For the linear function f, the table shows 3 values of x and the corresponding value of f of x. Which equation defines f of x? Okay. Here, there's 2 ways to solve this problem. There's a mathematical way, and then there's just a method of plugging in and checking. If we want to do it the mathematical way, we need to remember that the equation of a line is y equals mx plus b, where m is equal to delta y over delta x, or the change in y over the change in x. Okay. What does that mean? It means I'm going to take one of these points and arbitrarily name it x2. Or I'm going to label it point 2. And one of these points I'm going to label point 1. So let's label this point 2. And this is point 1. So our formula says take y2. So this is our y value. 35. Subtract from it the other y value. And divide it by the one x value minus the other x value, which is going to give me 3 over 1, or 3. So m is equal to 3. So now I know that my equation is going to look something like this. At this point, we don't need to go any further, because the only answer that looks similar to that is A. Okay. But if you did want to continue, what you would do is you would pick one of the x and y values, substitute it back into this equation. So if we picked, let's say, x is equal to 1, then y would be 32. Then we get 32 is equal to 3 plus b. Then we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. And we'll get 29 is equal to b. So we get y equals 3x plus 29. Okay. The other method is to do the plug and check. Right? So I take the value of x here. I substitute it into each and every one of these answers. And then I see if the y value matches. So for a, if I substitute in 0 for x, I'm going to get f of x is equal to 29. That checks. For b, if I do that, I'm going to get f of x is equal to 32. So this is no good. If I do that for c, I get f of x is equal to 29. And if I do that for d, I get f of x is equal to 35. Once I've done that, then I move on to the next one. So now I substitute in 1 for x. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 plus 29 is 32. So that looks like it's the correct answer. That gets a check there. There's no need to check the ones that already failed. No need to check those again. So I move to answer C. If I plug in 1 for x in C, I get 35 times 1, which is 35. 35 plus 29 is 64. 64 is not equal to 29. So therefore, or 64 is not equal to 32. Therefore, that answer is incorrect. So our correct answer is A. Question 9. Question 9 says, right triangles PQR and STU are similar, where P corresponds to S. If the measure of angle Q is 18 degrees, what is the measure of angle S? The key here is that these two triangles are similar. Okay. And we need to remember what similar triangles mean. Similar triangles mean that all the angles are congruent. So angle P is congruent to angle S. Angle U is congruent to angle R. And angle Q is congruent to angle T. Okay. So it says here angle Q is 18 degrees, which means that this is also 18 degrees. Okay. For similar triangles, the difference between similar and congruent triangles are, in congruent triangles, the sides are also congruent. In similar triangles, the sides are proportional. But we're not dealing with the sides right now, so we will deal with that on a different question. Okay, so now I know that angle T is 18 degrees. I know angle U is 90 degrees. I need to figure out what is angle S. And to solve this, there are two rules we could use. Rule one is all angles in a triangle sum to 180 degrees. Okay. So that means angle T plus angle S plus angle U is equal to 180 degrees. We know that angle T is 18. We don't know what angle S is. And we know that angle U is equal to 90. So we subtract 108 from both sides, and we get angle S is equal to 72 degrees. Okay. The second rule, if you don't remember that rule, you might remember this rule, which is in a right triangle, the two other angles add up to 90 degrees. So that means angle T plus angle S is equal to 90. We know that angle T is 18. Now again, we have an equation, and all we're going to do is subtract 18 from both sides, so we get angle S is equal to 72. If you'd like to see more of these, check out our other videos. If you would like some additional help with your math SAT, you can check out our website at www.ktutoringnow.com. Again, that's www.ktutoringnow.com. Thank you for joining us for this video, and until next time, have a blessed day.